Hello there and welcome to the news tonight here on Rajya Sabha TV, getting you the day's top stories from India and across the world in the next 30 minutes. I'm Tracy Shilshi and here are the headlines. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley allays fears of a parliament disruption, says he is confident that the row over Lalit Modi will not impact monsoon session. Government announces it will spend 50,000 crores over the next 5 years under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, a scheme to benefit farmers. Home Minister Rajnath Singh reiterates that the Armed Forces Special Powers Act or AFSPA will be revoked in Jammu and Kashmir only when the situation turns conducive. Aam Aadmi Party's media budget attracts criticism, decides to spend over 500 crores this fiscal, claims only 24 crores were spent last year. And Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar launches his door-to-door electoral campaign. 10 lakh JDU workers to reach out in the party's new initiative. Our top story, less than 3 weeks to the monsoon session of Parliament, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is confident that the Lalit Modi controversy will not make an impact. Jaitley ruled out the apprehensions of disruption by the opposition, saying the controversy has no relevance to the subject of governance. He also said that the government will push for 2 key reform bills, land acquisition and GST.
Under continuous attack from the opposition, especially Congress, over the Lalit Modi controversy, the NDA government is now hoping that this will not cast a shadow over the monsoon session beginning on 21st July. Jaitley also sought to brush aside concerns of disruption of the parliament proceedings on this issue.
Some people may be of relevance to television channel. They are of no relevance to governance as far as the government of India is concerned.
He also hoped that the monsoon session will see key bills like GST and land acquisition being allowed to pass.
The government is hopeful that no political party will take an anti-growth position, an anti-development position as far as the country is concerned, and bills like the GST and the land bill are extremely necessary for that purpose.
Congress, however, questioned Jaitley's confidence in passing the GST and land bills in the forthcoming session. Both bills are being reviewed by the parliamentary panels, which are expected to table their reports once the session starts.
पार्लियामेंट की कमिटीज बन गई हैं और पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटीज जो हैं गंभीरता से विचार कर रही हैं। अरुण जेटली जी हमें ये बता दें कि जीएसटी जब यूपीए सरकार ला रही थी तब भाजपा उसका विरोध क्यों करती थी?
For the past few weeks, Congress, along with some other opposition parties, has been demanding resignation of External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje over alleged links with former IPL Commissioner Lalit Modi. Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Delhi.
All right, for more on this, we're joined by Sanjay Singh, political editor of Sports, joining us on the phone line now. Sanjay, 2 words, one would say, high hopes as far as Arun Jaitley is concerned, saying that the opposition is not going to be disrupting, the House on account of the Lalit Modi controversy.
Yeah, you are quite right. And this is high hopes. And obviously, the ruling dispensation would like to hope so. But the way daggers are drawn and the battle lines have been drawn by the Congress, the left in particular, and they hope that they think that they have got an issue whereby they can corner the government. Congress in particular has been coming with an issue a day on Lalit Gate. And also a few things have happened in Maharashtra that would also cast its shadow. But the government functionary, top leadership in the government, they feel that every issue has a self-life. And there's still 3 weeks to go before monsoon session of Parliament opens, that is July 21st. Until then, this issue would have died down its own death. But then, as we have seen in the past, whether this particular issue dies down in media or not, the Congress and the left surely are going to raise it. In Rajya Sabha, they have required numbers in terms of to raise quite a ruckus and disrupt the proceedings. In Lok Sabha also, though the numbers are less, but then still we have seen that even 5 and 10 members can disrupt proceedings of the House. So BJP obviously is pinning too much of hope on smooth functioning of the parliamentary session. Yes, one thing can happen if the entire session is not washed out. I think that would also be a gain for the government, because if maybe Prime Minister speaks in one of opening days, and then perhaps opposition's demand could be satisfied to an extent, and therefore the House runs. That would be an optimistic picture to paint.
Yes. And, Sanjay, even if, let's say, for example, like you pointed out, they do have less than 3 weeks, there's still an amount of time. They're going to perhaps sense the mood of the opposition and perhaps see what they can do, to calm the opposition down as far as the Lalit Modi controversy and even the Maharashtra controversy is concerned. But anyway, trying to pass that land bill, the Congress and the left, of course, still have issues with that.
Yeah, land bill, I think, is most contentious thing. GST bill, still Congress had kind of in principle given its support. In Lok Sabha, they had reservations on certain amendments, and that committee is sitting there in Rajya Sabha as again on this particular thing. Land bill, there is a committee sitting, and the committee, though they have not approached Lok Sabha Speaker for extension of date, but that is possible. Given the fact that more than GST, land bill is usually crucial, passage of land bill is usually crucial for Modi government. If that does not happen in this particular session, then I think many of promises made by Modi government be deferred for a longer period in time, which the BJP can ill afford.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Sanjay Singh, thanks so much for joining us with those details there. Meanwhile, the Union Cabinet today announced a new national irrigation scheme with an outlay of 50,000 crore rupees. Known as the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, the scheme seeks to insulate farmers from the vagaries of the monsoon by ensuring efficient use of water in agriculture. Here's a detailed report.
Focusing on job creation and skill development, the Union Cabinet gave its approval for an integrated national policy to promote entrepreneurship on a large scale. Looking to improve farm productivity, the government will spend 50,000 crore rupees in the next 5 years under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana.
हर खेत को पानी मिले और पानी बचाने के लिए, वाटर कंजर्वेशन के लिए जो पानी के मैनेजमेंट की एफिशिएंसी चाहिए, वो व्यवस्था के अंदर लाई जाए.
The scheme enhances recharge of aquifers while introducing sustainable water conservation practices. The cabinet also allocated 200 crore rupees for 3 years for an online national agriculture market by integrating 585 wholesale markets.
अब पूरे राज्य के लिए एक लाइसेंस होगा. उसके अतिरिक्त सिंगल पॉइंट लेवी होगी. प्राइस डिस्कवरी के लिए इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ऑक्शंस होंगे.
Another key decision was the National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship 2015. The policy sets common norms for skill development schemes currently implemented by various ministries. It will also try to align supply with demand while bridging existing skill gaps and promoting industry engagement. The government estimates that 402 million people in India are required to be trained by 2020. Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, the centre has reiterated that the Armed Forces Special Powers Act will be revoked in Jammu and Kashmir when the situation is conducive. Reviewing the security situation in the state ahead of the annual Amarnath Yatra, Home Minister Rajnath Singh said the centre will be happy to do away with the controversial act from every corner of the country. His remark comes a day after BJP's alliance partner, PDP, slammed Union Minister Jitendra Singh for disfavouring withdrawal of ASPA in Jammu and Kashmir. The topic was part of the Common Minimum Programme on which the PDP formed a coalition government with BJP in the state. Rajnath Singh also ruled out talks with separatists as of now.
ऊपर वाले से मैं बराबर यही प्रार्थना करता हूं कि ऐसे हालात पैदा हों ताकि ASPA की इस देश में कहीं जरूरत ही न रह जाए. ये लगाने की नौबत न आए. ऐसे हालात पैदा हों. इसमें सभी के कोऑपरेशन की आवश्यकता है.
In other news, BJP spokesperson MJ Akbar was today elected to the Rajya Sabha in a by-poll from Jharkhand. Akbar defeated JMM candidate Haji Hussain Ansari by a margin of 19 votes. He got 48 votes while his rival candidate could only get 29 in his favour. In the 81-member assembly with one vacancy, 2 independent legislators who are lodged in jails were denied permission by a court to cast their votes. Akbar's tenure as Rajya Sabha MP will be till July 2016.
हमारा लक्ष्य, सबका लक्ष्य वही रहेगा कि किस तरह से यहाँ हम गरीब का भला कर सकें, डेवलपमेंट ला सकें।
Now on to what created a huge furor on social media. Media reports, in fact, claim that 3 members of a family were offloaded from a Leh to Delhi flight to accommodate Union Minister Kiren Rijiju and Jammu and Kashmir Deputy Chief Minister Nirmal Singh. While the Prime Minister's office sought a report from the Civil Aviation Ministry, Rijiju has apologized for the incident and the Aviation Minister has assured a probe.
Minister of State for Home Kiren Rijiju coming under opposition fire for allegedly delaying an Air India flight. Media reports claim 3 passengers were offloaded to accommodate him and his crew on the 24th of June. Addressing media people on Thursday, Union Aviation Minister Ashok Gajpati Raju regretted the inconvenience to passengers and said such incidents will not occur in the future.
Inconvenience to all concerned. We regret it. In future, we'll avoid such incidents. Another thing is to get at the truth. I understand references also come to the ministry from the Prime Minister's office.
Coming to Rijiju's defense, the BJP said the party was unaware of anyone being offloaded to accommodate him in the flight. Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir Nirmal Singh, who was travelling along with Rijiju, also denied having any knowledge of passengers being asked to deboard.
उनके पास बोर्डिंग पास था, टिकट उन्होंने ली थी, हाँ लास्ट मोमेंट में ली थी, लेकिन एक बात समझ में रहना चाहिए, एयर इंडिया जो है गवर्नमेंट की जो है सर्विस है और वो Z+ में है। उनका जो है उन्होंने BSF जो है हेलीकॉप्टर से आना था, लेकिन वो क्योंकि वेदर खराब होने के बाद वो जो है बिल्कुल जो जा नहीं सका, इसलिए उनको आना पड़ा। इसलिए उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट की गई, जो हमें पता लगा, उस समय पता नहीं था कि किसी को जो है नीचे उतारा गया है।
The Congress called it an unprecedented event, while the Aam Aadmi Party accused the BJP of indulging in VIP culture.
Here, the minister did not have a confirmed ticket till evening, and a confirmed passenger was offloaded. He was traveling with his family, his wife and child, and that too he was a military personnel. That means this is something unheard of. The minister could have stayed in a guest house there and took the morning flight. What is the hurry or urgency to reach same night here?
इस तरह की घटनाएं जहां पे सत्ता की जो शक्ति है, उसका जो घमंड है, अगर वो सर पे चढ़ के बोल रहा है नेताओं के, और वो पूरी की पूरी फ्लाइट रुकवा दे रहे हैं, पैसेंजर्स को डीबोर्ड करवा दे रहे हैं, ये किस प्रकार का पॉलिटिकल कल्चर है? आप तानाशाही कर रहे हैं इस देश के अंदर।
The incident comes after Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis faced flack for reportedly delaying another Air India flight to the United States. Fadnavis, however, refuted the report. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
A parliamentary panel has pitched for a 100% hike in salary and daily allowances of MPs. It also seeks 75% raise in pension of ex-MPs. The panel, headed by BJP MP Yogi Adityanath, has sought doubling of the existing 50,000 rupees salary of MPs and favoured increasing the pension of former parliamentarians from 20,000 to 35,000 rupees. The panel has also recommended that the daily allowance of MPs of 2,000 for attending the House during Parliament sessions should be doubled to 4,000 rupees. According to sources, some of these recommendations have already been submitted to the Parliamentary Affairs Ministry. Some others will be finalised in next meeting on the 13th of July. This will be the first hike in MP salaries in 5 years. Once the current panel submits its recommendations, the next revision will be carried out after another 5 years. Without a quick break here, up next, international news, and Eurozone rejects Greek PM's call for a no vote in referendum to iron out a deal.
"25 years of the AFSPA in Jammu and Kashmir. Criticism abounding on its implementation and alleged misuse. What went wrong with AFSPA? Watch The Big Picture at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching the news tonight. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has kept a huge budget for advertisements on FM radio channels. Through this, the government aims to stay connected with the people of Delhi and keep them updated about its work. Last year, the government claims that it spent just 24 crores on this count.
Despite facing criticism, the Aam Aadmi Party has refused to budge from its stand on carrying out party propaganda. In its budget, the party earmarked 520 crore rupees to be spent on advertisements on FM radio channels. The party says it is compelled to do so, as the media has failed to highlight the work done by Kejriwal and his team.
हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि लोगों तक सरकार का काम भी पहुंचे और विज्ञापन के जरिए पहुंचेगा, हम जनसभाएं करेंगे, लोगों के बीच में जाएंगे, उससे पहुंचेगा। हम तो लोगों तक अपना काम पहुंचाएंगे ना, ताकि लोगों को उसका फायदा मिले।
Opposition parties have not reacted favorably to the move. They allege that spending public money on self-promotion amounts to corruption.
कहीं ये वो उन 3-4 कंपनियों को फायदा पहुंचाने के लिए तो नहीं कर रहे जिन्होंने आपकी मदद की थी इलेक्शन के दिनों के अंदर। ये हमारा आरोप है सीधा सीधा और हम चाहते हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी इसके ऊपर जवाब दें।
Is it not a form of corruption? Is it not form of corruption by spending more money on publicity and self-publicity? It has nothing to do with information.
Former Aam Aadmi Party leader and senior advocate Prashant Bhushan called the media exercise a contempt of court decision.
Think that you can do anything by way of a radio advertisement because it doesn't carry a photograph would be a total misunderstanding of the Supreme Court order. If the radio advertisement is used to publicize and promote a party or a government or a political leader, etc., that would be in violation of the Supreme Court's order. This issue will be brought soon to the notice of the Supreme Court.
Recently, the Supreme Court banned use of pictures of any individual except the President and the Prime Minister on advertisements, billboards or hoardings of government schemes.
Before coming to power, Arvind Kejriwal promised to change the political system of the country by working for the people and being accountable to them. But now it seems he is no different. He is doing exactly the same for which he used to target the other political leaders. That is spending public money for his own propaganda and blowing his own trumpet. With video journalist Saroj, Anu Diwan for Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, away from Delhi, in Bihar, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar went knocking on doors in Patna today as he launched a door-to-door campaign for the state elections scheduled later this year. In the next few days, about 10 lakh JDU workers will reach out to people through this ambitious campaign named Har Ghar Dastak. As part of the program, the CM knocked doors of 10 households in Patna Sahib Assembly seat, represented by BJP leader Nand Kishore Yadav. He spoke to families about the work done by his government in the past 10 years and also sought views about work the government should be doing in the future.
हर घर दस्तक पार्टी के सभी साथियों को कहा गया है कि कम से कम 10 घर में दस्तक दीजिए, लोगों से मिलिए, जनसंपर्क कीजिए, अपनी बात कहिए, लोगों की सुनिए। तो ये कार्यक्रम चल रहा है।
And now let's get you some quick updates from across the country in Nationwide. Rescue operations are underway in 3 subdivisions of Darjeeling district where multiple landslides have claimed 38 lives besides washing away highways and damaging homes. MOS Home Affairs Kiran Rijiju took stock of the situation today. A fresh landslide took place today too at Gayabari near Darjeeling, cutting off the road link between the hill station and Mirik. The Maharashtra government has decided to de-recognize madrasas where subjects like science, math and social sciences are not taught. Children studying in such madrasas will also be considered as out-of-school students. The government has claimed that their intention is to help impart formal education. The government has set September 30th as the deadline to declare black money stashed abroad. Failing the date will mean offenders will face legal action. A new law to deal with black money was passed this year. Punishment of rigorous imprisonment up to 10 years and penalty equal to 3 times of the tax have been prescribed for such violations. Former Telecom Minister Dayanidhi Maran was questioned by the CBI for the second consecutive day today. He is being quizzed in connection with the alleged use of over 770 high-capacity BSNL data lines at his 3 residences in Chennai and Delhi. He was questioned for nearly 7 hours yesterday on the leasing of telephone lines, which has been termed by the Home Ministry as a threat to national security. Our international news now, and the EU has virtually ruled out any effect of the referendum in Greece this weekend on the ongoing crisis. The EU also ruled out talks for a bailout before the voting takes place. Meanwhile, the IMF has denied any debt relief to Greece unless it agrees to sign up for fresh economic reforms.
Greece have to wait until Sunday to find a solution to the looming debt crisis. Eurozone leaders ruled out any further discussion on credit for Greece before the referendum. They also said that a rejection of the current bailout terms by the Greek voters in referendum would make it hard for the two sides to bridge fundamental differences.
Ja, dan is er geen basis. Dan is er niet alleen, denk ik, geen basis voor een nieuw programma, maar dan is zeer de vraag of er een basis is voor Griekenland in de eurozone. Dat is de fundamentele vraag die wel degelijk aan de orde is.
The sequence of that is obviously to be determined between the parties. But given where we are, my suspicion is that it would be much preferable to see a deliberate move towards reforms, for that to be followed through by the other side of the balance.
Greek PM Alexis Tsipras is still defiant. He said that there will not be any cuts in spending on defense despite the crisis.
Παρά το γεγονός ότι βρισκόμαστε σε μια πρωτοφανή οικονομική δυσκολία, οφείλουμε να διατηρήσουμε αυτόν τον πυρήνα της κυριαρχίας μας. Θα αποφασίζουμε εμείς πώς θα διανέμουμε τους πόρους, θα αποφασίζουμε εμείς που θα κάνουμε περικοπές.
Pressure is mounting for Greek PM Alexis Tsipras. With banks closed down and capital controls imposed, people are facing much difficulties. Long line of pensioners in front of banks have become the symbol of Greek misery. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, despite India's limited direct exposure to the European nation in terms of trade, RBI Chief Raghuram Rajan feels that the rupee may see some impact due to the Greece crisis. Clarifying on his apprehensions on the global economy, he said that the recovery is on track but is not strong enough. He said monetary policies across the world is getting to the point that it may have an effect on currencies. He pointed out that if the Greece crisis impacts euro, it could also have a indirect impact on the rupee. Despite Greece defaulting on the IMF loan, the rupee has remained stable this week. It has, in fact, remained flat against the dollar, while against the euro, it has gained over 1% this week. The euro, though, has weakened against major global currencies this year due to the $1.2 trillion stimulus program from the European Central Bank and the Greece crisis. After 54 years of severed ties, the US and Cuba today agreed to reopen embassies in each other's capitals. Havana and Washington will reopen their respective embassies on the 20th of July to further strengthen diplomatic ties. US President Barack Obama said the move shows that US and Cuban citizens are no longer imprisoned by the past. Relations were frozen since the early 60s when the US broke links and imposed a trade embargo on Cuba.
The reopening of our embassy, I will tell you, is an important step on the road to restoring fully normal relations between the United States and Cuba. The United States and Cuba continue to have sharp differences over democracy, human rights, and related issues, but we also have identified areas for cooperation.
And with that, let's take a look at other international stories in Global Buzz. Sri Lanka's ruling United National Party has dismissed former Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa's attempt to contest the upcoming parliamentary elections slated for next month. Rajapaksa made a comeback attempt as he said that he intends to re-enter politics. He had lost the presidential elections to party rival Maithripala Sirisena in early January. Indonesian military officials cited engine failure as the cause for a plane crash in a residential part of Medan on Tuesday. Over 140 people died when the Hercules C-130 exploded shortly after takeoff. Rescue teams have ended the search for crash victims. At least 36 people died after a passenger ferry capsized off the coast in central Philippines. Nearly 173 people were on board when it overturned in rough waters. A massive rescue operation is underway. Coast Guard officials said only 50 people were rescued so far. The cause of the accident is still unknown. A top Al-Qaeda functionary was reportedly killed in a Pakistani military raid near Lahore early this week. Officials said he was one of the 4 militants killed. Home Minister for Punjab province named the Al-Qaeda chief as Abdali and said that they had information about a terrorist attack planned by him and 3 other operatives. And with that, let's change tracks, get you all the sporting action in Sports Beat. India kept its hopes alive for a berth in the Rio Olympics by beating Italy in a penalty shootout in the Hockey World League. India sealed a 5-4 victory in the first playoff match for the 5th to 8th positions. The victory takes India into the playoff for the 5th and 6th spot on Saturday, where they will be facing the winner of the match between hosts Belgium and Japan. The US has asked Switzerland to extradite 7 FIFA officials arrested on corruption charges in May this year. Formal extradition requests were submitted after the probe. The executives arrested in Zurich are among 14 FIFA officials indicted on charges of corruption. The charges follow a major inquiry by the US's FBI. In Wimbledon, Britain's Andy Murray reached the third round with a one-sided win over Dutchman Robin Haas. The third seed won the match 6-1, 6-1, 6-4. He will now face 25th seeded Italian Andrea Seppi or Croatian teenager Borna Koric in the round 3 on Saturday. In the women's singles, former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki advanced to the third round after beating Denisa Alatova 6-1, 7-6. The Indo-Swiss pair of Martina Hingis and Sania Mirza breezed into the second round of Wimbledon women's doubles. The top seeds claimed a straight set victory over Zarina Dias and Zheng Zaisai. They will now take on Kumiko Date-Krum and Francesca Schiavone next. In the men's doubles, Leander Paes and Canada's Daniel Nestor advanced to the second round, beating Serbian pair of Viktor Troicki and Dusan Lajovic in 3 sets. And that's all we have for you on the news tonight from the entire team here. Good night.